wisdom and guidance midweek. How are you doing? Humpy Slump, how are you feeling? Wow, what a day, what a day, what a day. I hope you've had a good day. We are definitely ready. Definitely ready in how we're feeling. Ready for this change, ready for this transformation. I got told in a conversation today that I am still in this massive transformation period, and I honestly do feel it. And I do feel like it's very strong right now for what is to come. So, abundance, love, happiness. We've been told this. Last night's reading, same thing, you know. We know that it's coming, but I think it's just very nice to be. I had a beautiful podcast interview with a lovely lady today. It'll be up very soon for you guys to watch. But, you know, on this journey, it's still about healing. And we have to remember that. We are never done healing. And I've got this awful sty on my eye that keeps flaring up and causing me problems, and it's just horrible and what have you. So I wanted to share this with you guys because we are all human beings and we have got our physical imperfections that we sort of know about. And I was saying yesterday when I was talking to my my student I met up with, you know, I remember a time I wouldn't even look in the mirror at myself. And now, I mean, I come on here, you know, my hair, I've been out in the wind, my hair is like this, I haven't got makeup on, and I have this lovely style. But today it got to me a little bit, and it made me really think that, oh my goodness, look what I look like, you know. And then I sort of read in my Heal Your Body book by Louise Hay, and eye problems, because I had a bit of pranic healing, and Melinda, who does pranic healing, was saying it's something that maybe you need to ask, why are you keeping getting it? Maybe there's something there. And I was right. Okay, I'm going to have a little look into that. So for me, it's about I now create a life I love to look at. And I am now willing to see my own beauty and magnificence. And I really questioned myself yesterday when I came back. And I thought, oh, was I a bit too much? Did I, you know, and then I got a beautiful message today. And it was like, no, you know what? I need to trust in my channeling. I sit here at the magic table with my cards and I never question. So I must trust in my ability. And the reason why, you know, he was brought back into my life was for something he needed, and maybe I needed too. But of course this morning this eye flares and I was like, oh, you know. But I wanted to share that with you guys today because we have to manage our healing, and we have to remember that we will get symptoms, we will get things happen, things will come up, and they often sort of trigger in us another sort of lesson that we need to remind ourselves about, or whatever it might be. And I needed to remind myself that I have created this beautiful life for myself, that I'm very happy, and that I've got to start seeing myself as beautiful, as you know, I've got to appreciate myself really, and not just wait for validation from somebody else to tell me that. And even though Spirit are very kind and they do send that validation, I need to be able to say it to myself. So, you know, there's a true thing often, you know, people sort of talk about in terms of using it as part of the healing journey, to look in the mirror every morning and tell yourself that I love you, and say that and mean it. And, you know, it's like, yeah, interesting, very interesting. So I'm going to start doing that a little bit more tomorrow. I'm going to start really valuing me a little bit. I'm going to pay attention to my body and my healing and what I need. Confirmation, excuse me, and see where we go. Oh, they're both here. Goodness me, we've got two lovely, beautiful, wonderful spirit guides with us. One makes me yawn, one makes me sneeze. So interesting. So today we are going to do our inner temple oracle. We're going to ask for our guidance, as we always do, and there may be something here that you need to hear and listen to. And maybe you're going through some sort of physical pain or physical symptoms or physical something like I am, and you needed to hear this today as well. And yeah, trying to love yourself and concentrate on your healing, and really value it, really think about it. So healing your body, Louise Hay says, is very important, very important. I just wanted to read, replacing old patterns. In order to permanently eliminate a condition, we must first work to dissolve the mental cause. But most often, since we don't know what the cause is, we find it difficult to know where to begin. So if you're saying, if I only knew what was causing this pain, I hope that this booklet will provide both a clue to find the causes and a helpful guide for building new thought patterns that will produce health in mind and body. And we talked about that a lot in the podcast today, and how, you know, it's about changing a mindset, isn't it? It's about changing a thought process. It's about really believing and trusting in your healing journey. So we have also got the soul coaching cards. We've also got the when you ask, the universe already is answering you cards. And we have got our runes. They wanted to make an appearance tonight. So lovely. Let's see who's with us today. Okay. Let us have a look. Let us have a look. So we have got our big ones. We've got the lotus, interestingly, on top of the inner temple oracle. And this beautiful flower is so symbolic to transformation, to change, to growth, to seeding something and growing something, to being in a balanced state, in harmony. That is what this rune is all about, and that is really important right now. And that's what I was kind of getting at, in terms of maybe you've got some physical symptoms, and it does play on your emotions, and it also plays on your mental health as well. So everything needs to be balanced, everything needs to be in alignment. Okay, so very important. We've also got the 4-leaf clover, which is about good fortune and luck. So, you know, I'm hoping that I'm going to get a appointment very soon with the ophthalmologist. It's a 35-week waiting list. So I'm going to trust that Spirit will give me a cancellation, dead on time, exactly when I need it, to sort out this eye. That's what I'm going to trust anyway. All the money for me to go into a private place. So we'll see what happens. We've also got our faith. Having faith, that anchor, you know, is so beautiful in terms of knowing that there is a lot of faith and protection around us right now, around you right now. Trust in that as well. Right, let us do our reading for today. Only love can sustain persistence. This is the third, isn't it? Yes, it is. It's a third day, and it's a midweek one. So magic. Only love can sustain persistence. So coming from that place of love for yourself, can sustain the persistence for this change, for this transformation, loving yourself. Passion drives the desire for success. So really, you know, having that passion in your life. And one of the sort of things that it was saying about eye problems, and I thought, well, I absolutely love my life, and I really do, was not liking what you see in your own life. I now create a life I love to look at. Well, I love my life. I love what I see. I love who I am. I love who I'm becoming. I love the people I meet. I love my job. So I'm very grateful for all these blessings. So I didn't think that would be particularly right for me, but I really do believe that, you know, if we have that love, we can sustain a persistence to keep going, to find that bravery and that courage to keep going and getting up and making change, and even finding new people to help you when you need them, you know, because they'll come on your path. You'll be open to that. So that's really important. We've also got Uruz, the Uruz rune, and we have got Manaz, or is that Dagaz? Dagaz, interesting. We've also got Thurizaz and Lagu runes. So there's our runes for today. Let us have a story. Let us see. So we're going to start with Uruz. Our Uruz rune. Where is Uruz? Is it right down here? Could be. Lagus, Dagaz, okay, are here. But where is Uruz? I missed it. The Uruz rune is by Thurizaz, so that's interesting. So strength, health, power, energy, endurance, creative force. So that's really interesting. So with the Uruz rune, we definitely think about raw strength and power are at the heart of the meaning. Physical strength can be indicated, but emotional and spiritual strength are just as likely to be emphasized. So exactly what I was sort of saying, you know, that physical strength within ourselves, with our spiritual belief and our emotional well-being, it's all there for us. If you are facing challenges, Uruz is a reminder that you have the strength to persevere. Sustains persistence, love for you, love for your journey, love for your life. We've also got Dagaz that's come out. Our Dagaz rune is all about daylight, success, breakthrough, transformation, balance. What am I saying? Exactly that. So we are in this transformation period, and Melinda said that to me, oh, you're definitely going through a transformation. Maybe that's why you're getting the physical symptom. Find out what that means, you know, and she's right, you know, we got to really think about that. So Dagaz is the rune of daylight, is considered very beneficial in a reading. It is associated with contrasting the blessing of midsummer. Sun is at its height of power. Increase, growth, prosperity, strength, good health, and a general well-being are indicated. So you can really, you know, trust in this process and this transformation, and it'll bring about more health and strength and courage for you as you overcome those physical challenges maybe that you're having, like me, or physical, emotional, and mental, whatever we do, you know, it can all happen. And right now we're in this in between. We're ready for this transformation. So we're being asked. Thurizaz, of course, is about protection, but it's also about luck. And we have got the lucky clover on the table. So protection, yes, you are protected with the faith. And we said that. But it's also about this sort of protection and decisions and luck. So the shape of the rune presents a thorn, symbolizing the wisdom of choosing a defensive stance, you know, looking out for yourself, making sure that you keep your boundaries, strengthening yourself in some way, being open and honest with yourself. And I sort of said, you know, I've got to say to myself, I love you. Remember that. It's very, very empowering. Okay. We've also got the Laguz rune, which is the water flow, intuition, psychic ability, feminine, and growth. So as part of this feminine journey, your feminine energy, especially after this full moon with the feminine energy. It's a water sign, a water rune, so it's about going with the flow. So, you know, rivers, streams, lakes, seas, oceans are all part of this flow of this body of water. So it's also connected to our emotions. So the cleansing tears of unwanted energy through tears and the unpredictability of life. And that's how I felt a little bit today, to be honest. I suddenly had a bit of an emotional breakdown and felt a little sorry for myself. And that's because I was physically feeling not right. So if you're feeling like that, this is a message for you. Stick with it. We're going to get there. So if you're being tossed around in the emotional waters of a situation, Laguz advises you to release your resistance and go with the flow. So just release that resistance right now. As I said, let spirit help you. Let that guidance come. Let the people in your life that are here to help you for a reason. You know, Melinda helps me tremendously with this healing of the pranic healing that she does for my eye. And, you know, we didn't even meet about that, but because she is qualified in it, she's offered it, and it really does help my eye. I can actually feel my eye feeling so much better already, and I had 10 minutes with her earlier. It's an amazing healing, amazing healing. All right, let's see the guidance for today, please, Spirit, that we want to hear. Thank you. So, the Chamber of Power. Look at that. Just like we're talking. The Chamber of Power. That is incredible. The Chamber of Power. All of those chakras, all open. I mean, culminating in this beautiful rainbow at the bottom, look. I love this card. It's very, very beautiful. I'm going to take off without damaging myself. I'm throwing my cards everywhere, my jumper, because I'm warm. I am warm. So here we go. We're stepping into the Chamber of Power today. That is beautiful. Very lovely. Let us have a little look. What are we talking about? Chamber of Power. We've had this before, I'm sure of it. The Chamber of Power is an invitation to cultivate your inner strength, confidence, and trust in yourself. Love yourself, trust yourself. What did I say? Exactly that. If you've been listening to me, are you going, oh my goodness, because it always, absolutely, every time it is confirmed, I'm like, oh, every time blows me away. To believe that you have a right to be here, to occupy your life, to invite your sacred soul to come all the way in. So yes, you're here for a reason. Your body is your sacred vehicle. Choose to occupy and cultivate your sacred power. You were born with it, and it's yours to own. Within you, you have everything you need to do whatever you're called to do. 1818, as I said that on the clock, and I saw that earlier, so I think we're going to have to get our angel numbers as well today. Within you, you have everything you need to do whatever you're called to do. You hold the keys to your inner power. There's nothing you need to be other than who you already are. So often we learn to dim our light or water down our power in order to accommodate others or to fit in. But you didn't come here to fit in. No person did. So no matter what body is yours or what gifts you possess, no person is more worthy of power than you. So you're no more worthy. Power isn't a finite resource. We can stand tall together. For too long, we've learned to turn against each other, to compete, shrink, or conquer others. We put others on a pedestal or attempt to stand higher than them in order to earn our strength and inner gifts. You hold the keys to your inner power, and you can open that door deep within you right now. If you were feeling empowered, what would you say or do? So we hold the power ourselves. We hold that power. It's very important we recognize it. And even if it's your healing power, healing yourself, believing, trusting that your body is telling you something, like my body is obviously telling me something. I was like, well, I don't know about that, but maybe I need to do a little bit more work in that, because did I trust What did I say? I came back last night thinking, oh no, have I done something wrong? Maybe I said too much. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. I got this beautiful message of confirmation this morning, but honestly, I need to trust and believe in my own self, you know, all the time, because I'm channeling, I'm asking Spirit to come in and give us these messages. And when I sit here, I love it. I'm fine. And I don't question it, you know. So it's about expanding outside of this little bubble right here, I think. Absolutely. Right. Let's have some more guidance for our soul coaching. What does our soul want us to know right now? What does our soul want us to learn? Inner delight just made an appearance. An inner delight, exactly. Love who you are. Delight in who you are. Delight in how far you've come. You know, it's very important. We've got a lot of cards. A lot of cards, but we're going to go through them. Adventure was the first one that jumped out. We are on this adventure right now, and we're being called to take leaps of faith, aren't we? And say yes to things that we wouldn't normally do. Going on an adventure. During the holidays, I did that a lot with my nephew. You know, we went on an adventure. We went off the beaten track. We went through the woods. I mean, I shared it a few times on my recordings, but that's what we kept saying. We're going on an adventure. So this life at the minute can be a real adventure, and you need to really trust in this. Taking action. There is our beautiful arrow, you know, the Sagittarius arrow that sprung free after this weekend, this full moon, Sagittarius moon. That arrow is pointed upwards. You are on your way. Take action. Go with it. It's also a number 3. Courage. Stay in that boat. Stay on course. Just know that you have to have this courage right now to trust and believe, even though you might feel like there's a bit of a storm around you, or something might not feel completely calm or whatever. Just hold on tight and go with that flow, because this is all about new beginnings right now. We are definitely in that transformation stage. Spirit is just confirming it. Spirit is saying, believe, just believe. You know, that inner child of yours absolutely knows, your higher self absolutely knows. Trust and believe. When you looked out as a child, you believed in so much. You never questioned. You were happy. You were open. You allowed the flow. Get back to that feeling now and believe. And simplicity. I love this card. It is something about this sort of ripple effect. So whatever you're doing, keep doing it, because you have a ripple effect, especially when you're helping others, especially when you find your soul purpose. Trust in what it is that you are doing, okay? Passion drives the desire for success, but it doesn't have to be overcomplicated. Things are in a balance. You are part of that balance, so allow it to be there for you, to support you, and have faith and inspiration. Look at that card. Look at the fire energy. Isn't that incredible? 29. Number 11. Spirit wants you to recognize that this, look, you're flying free now. You're taking off. You're going towards that sunshine, towards that step that you know. Just have faith. Have faith and believe it. So let's sort of take that leap of faith. I heard that very clearly. Leap of faith. So absolutely, Spirit is giving us a very beautiful picture right now on the table. Beautiful, beautiful picture of today's guidance, you know, taking our power back, being here, ready for this adventure. Let's see what these cards are going to tell us. The universe always has that answer. The universe is always answering. You've just got to be ready to hear it and see it and feel it. Clarity is coming. Keep asking and keep watching. Exactly. Clarity is coming. Wow. Incredible. Be still. The universe is rearranging everything in your favor. Be still. You know, that's sometimes with simplicity, that's sometimes the nicest thing you can possibly give yourself, is a rest, is a moment just to wait and see what happens, because the universe will answer. Just give it that moment to do so. Give it that moment. Okay, that is lovely, beautiful. I'm going to get my little cards again, because I do love these little cards. And we're going to also, I want to get my little astro deck as well today. Oh, I tell you what I also want to get. I want to get my animal cards out. And I tell you why. Because I, this weekend, had a frog approach me on my foot, and then I saw another frog. So frogs are very much about abundance and luck and things like that, but also very much about rebirth, transformation and change. So I thought about that a lot, and it was really, and I had a discussion about it, and I thought I must get my animal cards. I'm going to get the animal cards. Let's see, from this beautiful spirit animal deck, give us our guidance, please, for today. As we go along on our path, we let this arrow go, we take our power back, we stand in our faith and our truth and our belief, because it is about the new beginnings. Is there anyone else that wants to come out, or have we just got one? It's very unusual. Normally I have quite a few. There we go. All right, let's have a look. Who's on the bottom? The vulture. Cleaning up. Cleaning up. Okay, this one was wanting to come out first, the peacock. So seeing the beauty in yourself. We talked about that. You know, the peacock is all about, you know, outer appearances. And sometimes, you know, we have this physical outer appearance and we think we've got to have the makeup on, or we've got to have the hair just right, or whatever it might be. We've got to have the right suit on or the right shirt. Otherwise, I won't be seen as being what I need to be. And that's not the real side of you, is it? That's not the real truth. And it becomes almost a mask a lot of the time. So when a peacock's not in balance, you are masking who you truly are. Beauty is from within, and you've got to trust in that. And that's why it's so important in the mornings to go, I love you, and really mean it. You know, really mean that you do. The hawk, wow, I saw him today a couple of times, absolutely. Messengers, very powerful, visionaries, seeing things from a higher perspective, flying, freedom, okay, wingspan, big wingspan. So very much about, you know, look where you're going now. You know, clarity is coming. This action card it wanted to come out on top of. That arrow is going high, up, trajectory. And it's a messenger as well that will bring something that will give you this clarity, this understanding, this sudden aha moment. I love a aha moment. But yeah, they are few and far between sometimes, because we've got to be still. The universe is rearranging everything in your favor. So don't go ahead of any energy. Just go with the flow. Have that courage. And this is dragon energy. Magic. Absolutely magic. So you're calling in dragon energy right now. Wow. Okay. So let's go. The peacock. Where's the birds? Birds. Right, there's the eagle. We have two birds on this table. No, not the eagle, the hawk and the peacock. Both of them, peacock came first, then the hawk, and they are next to each other in the book. So important message. The beauty of the peacock is unrivaled. It's easy to think of it comes from the plumage. But the secret of the peacock is that the beauty resides within, as I said, and extends outward indefinitely. So this adaptive creature can assimilate or digest all experiences in life. So it does not harbor resentment, conflict, or past pain within its psyche. The peacock type is extremely rare. Not many of us have reached this advanced level of acceptance of the self and others. So very clear reminder. Doesn't matter that I've got a funny looking eye. That's not what people are looking at. They're listening to my words, you know. I must remember that. And you. You remember your physical. You might like to put in a comment what it is. Hawk, watchful, all-seeing, a messenger of divinity. The sharp eyes of the hawk watch our every move. This keen-eyed bird has the ability to see every little detail as well as the bigger picture. When this card appears, fate has its eyes on you, and the winds are shifting. There we are. Absolutely. The universe is rearranging everything in your power, in your favor. It has said that the hawk carries news upon its wings and is sent from divinity itself to deliver it. The message should not be taken lightly, though it may seem small or insignificant. It will eventually redirect your course. And it will redirect your course with dragon energy. That is magic. So seeing one's most true self, balancing the ego. Wow, how is this reading today? That is incredible. Wow, thank you, Spirit. The dragon sees everything. Its essence has been with us since before our first breath and will be there at our last. It watches us navigate the external world as well as our inner world. When dragon energy is awakened, we are courageous, visionary, and can easily drop into witness consciousness. It is almost as if we are traveling with a great friend inside of ourselves. When we look in the mirror, deep into our eyes, we may even glimpse the self behind the self, the one who is watching us. This is the power of the dragon breathing transformative fire into every cell of our bodies. Witnessing this omnipotent energy, even for a brief moment, helps us surrender and let go. We let the dragon guide us. We hop on its back for a ride, and as we traverse even the most difficult terrain, the dragon's eyes see beauty everywhere. It is said that if a yogi does not see beauty in the world, their Agni is dim. Agni is described as inner fire or sacred intelligence. May even just the mention of the dragon stir the embers of intelligence within you. Wow. A rising tide lifts all boats. That's a lovely drop down. Yeah. So this is a rising tide. This is going to lift us. This is definitely something I needed to hear, and I'm sure you did if you're still here. The dragon and the third chakra. So the subtle energy of the dragon lives at the navel center in the Manipura chakra. Manipura translates to the city of hidden gems. Behind its gates burns the fire of our transformation and digestion. The sages believe health of the fire at the navel center is what governs our ability to clearly see both the inner and outer dimensions. Wow, that is incredible. Wow, I am so glad I got those. All right, so let us just get ourselves our final little inspiration today of what is on our path, what is part of our new beginning, what is being arranged in our favor. Let's ask that. Serenity. Absolutely. Serenity is about peace, simplicity, harmony, calmness, purple intuition. Okay, so that is definitely being arranged. Our serenity. That's lovely. Only love can sustain persistence. And when we're in a place of serenity, it's almost surrender, isn't it? It's like, I'm going with the flow. I know this is meant for me, you know. Anything more, please, Spirit? This is very unusual with these. There we go. Have your confidence. Stay confident. You know, believe in yourself. Debbie, yes, I must. Absolutely. You know, have that confidence in who you are. Definitely. All right. And finally, luck. Luck is on our side. Luck, luck, luck. We have the 4-leaf clover rune and we have the luck card. So luck is on our side. Spirit is definitely rearranging everything in your favor. So luck is on your side. Remember the frogs? Lovely. Let's see if we can just get a little confirmation, please, for today's reading. with these beautiful. Your intuition knows the way. And I said about intuition, and it's come out on top of serenity. And connect with your guides. Okay, connect with your guides. So intuition knows the way. Okay, I feel it's the Chariot. So nurturing, sensitive, caring, loyal, protective, genuine. Definitely movement. Okay, with the Chariot. And also connect with your guides, the Moon. So your feminine energy, of course, coming in. And interesting, you know, I was saying about the peacock and how, you know, sometimes we forget that beauty is within us. And that came out on top of the peacock. So connect with your guides, connect with yourself. It's about dreaming, sensitive. It's about imaginative and spiritual. And, you know, this little, where was it? We had adventure. There we are. This little card is the imagination, a child's imagination, you know, believing without question. That is such a beautiful thought, isn't it, when we think about connecting with your guides. They really want you to connect with your guides. We've also got the South Node. You got this. All right. Karmic past, baggage, unfinished business. You've got this. Lessons learned. Comfort zone. Your South Node. You've definitely got this. Have that confidence and that belief. And this also wanted to come out. Andromeda. The higher vibration. Magic and miracles. That is so crazy. That's so lovely. Heart-centered. Follow your heart. Follow your heart. Wherever it will go. Follow your heart. Absolutely. Follow your heart. Oh, sorry. Heart-centered, highly gifted, freedom seeker, a teacher, a healer, balanced yin and yang. So thank you, Spirit, for that. We are very much loved. We are very much protected. And we have an important person wanting to make an appearance as well. Important person. One-to-one relationships, marriage, business partners, shadow self, justice, and the Empress. So, yeah, there's a relationship. Whatever, it could be a relationship with yourself, of course, the union within yourself. But yeah, an important person is coming into your life, possibly to bring you this wonderful clarity, this understanding. And you know, I kept thinking, I don't want to meet somebody with a gammy eye, but actually, you know what? If I do, I do. Take me as I am. Absolutely true. So I hope you've enjoyed this reading. I certainly have. It's been a very beautiful daily guidance for us again. Wait for that message. It's on its way. Important person is coming into your life. You can connect with your guides, but more than anything, connect with yourself. Follow your heart. Make sure that you do that. Luck is on our side as well. Little bit of luck that's coming in. And, you know, just believe, have faith, have courage, go with the flow. Lots of water. We had the water rune. So, you know, lots of flow. Let this energy present to you what you know is what you're going to need. And it's beautiful. So thank you for listening. If you have enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Maybe make a note. Let me know what your physical ailment is if you have one. And if not, maybe you want to share something else. Please, I love to hear from you. I do thank you very much for always sending me the messages that I do have. And it's really lovely. And I always try and reply. And so thank you for that. Also subscribe if it's the first time you've come across me, because it just keeps the messages going. It keeps this guidance alive for everybody else as well. You're part of the network now. So thank you for joining, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.